AEW just not taking a lot of W's lately. I've enjoyed the product. I liked Dynamite last night, but they lose Punk. That whole thing blows up. And now MJF, who they've built their entire product around, is reportedly hurt with a few different injuries, a hip injury, but specifically a torn labrum that he suffered at a Uranagi spot off the top rope at Full Gear against Jay White. Now, Mr. Marceau, not that you predicted this, but I do got to give you credit and just mention this. You did say when we talked about this a couple weeks ago with MJF and me, I still really like the idea that they're building a lot of things around him, but I got to give you credit, though. You did bring up they run the risk, and it's a big reward because I like the stuff they're doing with him, but they run the risk of when they center everything around one guy, if that guy gets hurt, you're fucked. And it looks like he's hurt, and it looks like they're fucked. Now, we can't put aside the possibility that he is not hurt, and that he's fine, and that he'll retain the title, hold the championship for longer, blah, blah, blah. But if he is actually hurt, and it sounds like that is the case, then that's a very bad situation for AEW, considering this is their number one guy, and to me right now, no one else really comes close to being remotely as interesting.
No, I think that's another big problem is, like, people can say, like, okay, it's all about him, but we can just move on. The problem is he's, like, the most interesting person they have going right now, and it's not even really close, if you ask me. And like you said, I don't know how hurt he is, how long he'll be out, if he was out for a while, but, I mean, this is, like, what happens when you have someone that's super over and you put everything into them. If he's really hurt and he has to go away from TV, then that's a big gap to fill.
I mean, he's one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. They have the Cole storyline going on. He's feuding with Samoa Joe. He's got a lot of challengers waiting in the wings. He's got the Devil stuff that they furthered last night. I can't imagine he's that hurt if they're still doing the Joe match, which, I mean, this medical team in AEW seems to be compromised of experts. I mean, on it. Some of the shit they've gone away with in the last couple of months alone is pretty crazy, between the Moxley thing and letting Danielson wrestle the broken orbital bone. I mean, I guess if it can't get much worse, like the Cody Rhodes mindset from Hell in a Cell last year, if it can't get much worse, then just go ahead, I guess. But they're letting him wrestle next week, so I can't imagine it's that bad. But do you think this guarantees a new world champion at World's End? And honestly, even if he wasn't hurt, I would still put the belt on Joe. I would not give Joe another title shot if he was going to lose for a second straight time. I think Joe was long overdue for a world title run, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think even if he wasn't hurt, I think it's just time to put the belt on Joe. I mean, if not then now, then it'd probably be never. He just gave up his own title just to go after MJF, even though he already contended for the title when he was champion. But no, I think, like you said, I think if anyone's going to take him off, I would think it was going to be Jay White. But I mean, with the show seemingly next month, I just feel like at this point it would be Samoa Joe.
Yeah, and I'm totally for that. Joe's been amazing lately. The last MJF match, Grand Slam, was really good. I know Joe's older. He's had a lot of injuries himself, but he's on fire right now. And to AEW's credit for all the people they've kind of cooled off and not booked well, Joe has been amazing for them. He's been one of their best gets in the last at least 2 years, and he's really knocked it out of the park. So I would reward him with a world title run, even if it's brief. I would do that to close out World's End next month, and a month from today, actually. So